Unaware she inherited $10 billion after her secret trillionaire mum died, husband abandons his wife pregnant with twins to marry his wealthy boss. What happened at the will reading later left him shaking. Let's go back to the beginning. Really back. So you feel every second of the heartbreak, every twist that led to that unforgettable day. Sarah and Mark met 12 years ago in their second year of college. She was studying literature, working part-time at a campus cafe. He was in business, always talking about making it big one day. Sarah loved his ambition. It balanced her quiet dreams of a small house, a garden, 2 kids, and Sunday mornings with pancakes. Mark loved her softness, the way she made him laugh, the way she believed in him when no one else did. They married young, right after graduation. Money was tight. Student loans, a tiny apartment, ramen dinners, but they were happy. Sarah got a teaching job at a local elementary school. Mark climbed fast at Hale Tech, catching the eye of Victoria Hale herself, the 38-year-old CEO who had inherited the company from her father and tripled its value. Victoria was magnetic. Sharp suits, red lipstick, private jets, magazine covers. Mark started staying late at the office. "Just networking, babe," he'd say. Sarah believed him. She always believed him. Then Elena got sick. Sarah's mum started forgetting little things, where she put her keys, what day it was. Doctors said early onset dementia, then suddenly a rare heart condition. Elena deteriorated fast. Sarah spent every free moment at her bedside, holding her hand, reading her favorite books aloud. Mark was busy with a big project. Elena died one quiet Tuesday night. Sarah was there, alone. Mark sent flowers the next day with a card. "Thinking of you." Sarah couldn't even plan the funeral properly. She had a small service, just a few old friends from the library. She didn't open the lawyer's letter for months. Grief swallowed her whole. 3 months after the funeral, Sarah discovered she was pregnant, twins. She was terrified and overjoyed at the same time. She called Mark at work, tears in her eyes. "We're having babies, 2 of them." Silence on the line. Then, "Sarah, I can't do this. I'm not ready for kids. I thought we agreed to wait." "We did, but it happened. We can make it work. Together." "I don't want to make it work, not like this, not struggling." That night, he packed 2 suitcases and left. A week later, photos appeared online. Mark and Victoria at a rooftop party, her arm around his waist. Caption, "New beginnings." Sarah's world went dark. She stopped eating properly. The twins were at risk. Stress, high blood pressure, preterm labor scares. She spent weeks in and out of the hospital, lying in a dim room, monitors beeping, whispering to her belly, "Stay strong, little ones. Mommy's trying." Her friend Lisa moved in temporarily to help. "He's trash, Sarah. You deserve so much better." Sarah just cried. She had no family left, no savings. Medical bills piled up. She thought about selling the apartment, moving somewhere cheaper. She had no idea help was coming, help beyond her wildest dreams. Then came the call from Richard Hargrove. The morning of the will reading, Sarah could barely walk. Lisa drove her downtown. Sarah wore the only maternity dress that still fit, a simple black one she'd bought for Elena's funeral. She felt huge, exhausted, broken. The conference room was cold and intimidating. Crystal water glasses, mahogany table, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Mark sat next to Victoria, both in designer clothes. Victoria's engagement ring, a massive diamond, flashed under the lights. When Sarah entered, Mark's eyes flicked to her belly, then away. Victoria smirked and whispered something in his ear. He didn't smile. Sarah sat as far from them as possible. Her hands trembled on her lap. Mr. Hargrove entered with 2 assistants and a thick folder. He greeted Sarah warmly, the only kind face in the room. "Thank you for coming in your condition, Miss Thompson." This won't take long, but it will change everything. Victoria rolled her eyes. Let's get on with it. The old woman owed us consulting fees. Hargrove ignored her. Elena Thompson, known legally as Elena Margaret Voss, left a last will and testament with multiple layers and conditions. We are here today to execute the primary bequest. He opened the document. To my daughter, Sarah Elizabeth Thompson, I bequeath my entire primary estate, including but not limited to liquid assets, real property, equity holdings, and intellectual property rights, currently valued at $10,482 million US. Sarah's heart stopped. Victoria laughed out loud. 10 billion? That frumpy old librarian? Ridiculous! Mark's face drained of color. His coffee cup rattled in his hand. Hargrove continued calmly. This includes a 52% controlling stake in Hale Tech Corporation, acquired anonymously over the last 15 years. Victoria shot to her feet. Impossible! Show me the stock records! Hargrove slid a tablet across the table. Victoria scrolled, her face turning gray. Sarah's tears started falling silently. 10 billion. Her mum. Her quiet, tea-drinking, cardigan-wearing mum. But Hargrove wasn't finished. There are several codicils. Elena was thorough. He looked at Sarah gently. First, a morality and loyalty clause. Any person named as beneficiary who has abandoned, betrayed, or caused intentional emotional harm to the primary heir shall forfeit all claims. Mark swallowed hard. Second, a paternity verification clause. Elena, aware of marital discord, arranged discreet prenatal testing through a trusted medical contact. Sarah's hand flew to her belly. What testing? I never... The twins you carry are healthy and yours, Sarah, but the biological father is not Mark Thompson. Mark exploded. That's a lie. She was faithful. I know she was. Victoria turned slowly to Mark. You sound very sure. Why is that? Hargrove raised a hand. The biological father is listed as Daniel Hale, Victoria's former husband. Victoria screamed. Daniel is infertile. We tried for years. That's why I left him. Sarah was sobbing now. I never met Daniel. I never cheated. I loved Mark. Hargrove's voice softened further. There is a final recording. Elena requested it be played only if all parties were present. He pressed play. Elena's frail but steady voice filled the silent room. My dearest Sarah, if you're hearing this, I'm gone. Or appear to be. Everything I did was for you. The paternity test results you just heard? They are fabricated. Entirely. The twins are Mark's biological children. I created the lie for one reason. To show you who he truly is. To see if he would return when money appeared, or stay gone when he thought the children weren't his. I watched him leave you. I watched him choose ambition over love. I couldn't let him hurt you again. Sarah, you were not born to me, but you are my daughter in every way that matters. I adopted you secretly after your young birth mother, my dearest friend, died in childbirth. I hid my wealth, my name, my past, so you could grow up pure-hearted. The 10 billion is only the beginning. The full estate, over 1 trillion in total assets, is yours, provided you remain the woman I raised. Kind, forgiving, but never foolish.